Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
Strategic back again. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of True Crime Strategic. Today is day 2 of me suffering from conjunctivitis. That's right, pink eye. And it sucks, okay, ladies and gentlemen? So I got my trusty eyeglasses on to protect my eyes from these bright lights in the studio, which are necessary if you guys are going to get a decent picture out of me. But also, I do feel like I'm getting a bit of a cold, right? So the doctor who diagnosed me said, you know, you have pink eye, but I also think that you have a bad cold that's making it worse, like a viral infection. And I was like, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Well, I think he kind of maybe did know what he's talking about, because now I'm starting to feel sick. The good thing is my job has me out of work until next week because they have a zero tolerance policy on pink eye, as they should, because it's very contagious. And the last thing I want is my fellow detectives in my office to be walking around looking crazy like me. What does that mean for you, though, ladies and gentlemen? I do have some time to put out some content for you guys. And boy, do we have a good show for you guys today. Yes. It's not going to be a long show, but it's definitely going to be a good show. All right, we're going to be talking about these new articles that are coming out where David was spotted at a Philadelphia high school. He was at a Philadelphia high school. Does that ring bells to you guys? Who follows like pop culture true crime? Remember when they were investigating RKelly and they found that RKelly used to love to go to high schools? Like he would literally go to high school to pick up freshmen. That was RKelly's thing. Like he would come in his Bentleys, his Mercedes and all that stuff, park up. All the little girlies would be like, oh my God, it's RKelly. Oh my God. He'd be like, you'll get right in the back seat. You give them a whole bunch of money and do a whole bunch of things that many of them probably will never come forward and talk about because they're embarrassed and they're adults now. But when they were youngins, RKelly took advantage. It's the same exact thing that RKelly was doing. It looks like David might have been doing. I'm not sure. We're going to go through it. I'm going to react to it live with you guys. First, we're going to start off with the fact that the district attorney appears to be outsourcing some of the forensics in this case. I want to make sure that we get those details. Then we'll jump into these new allegations that David was hanging outside of a high school in Philadelphia. So guys, before we get started, let's please hit that like button, support the channel. My dedication to this channel is beyond measure. I'm sick. I have a bad cold that I feel coming along. I have confirmed conjunctivitis, aka pink eye. Woke up this morning, eyes sealed shut with mucus, yet I'm still here talking to you guys. The only thing I'm asking from you is that you hit that like button, and if you can, you engage in the chat so that this show could be shown to a wider audience. I don't know what else to do. I don't know who else is more dedicated than me on YouTube. I don't know. We have to figure it out. All right, let's jump into it. Let's do it. All right. Garagos DA may be quietly turning to outside experts to rebuild forensic case in Celeste Rivas Hernandez death. Veteran attorney Mark Garagos believes prosecutors may be building a separate forensic narrative to present to a grand jury. Now, they've been presenting to that investigative grand jury for quite a while now. Now, I can tell you from my experience, sometimes these investigative grand juries are convened for months, ladies and gentlemen. Grand juries typically have a term, and you can present to different grand juries. So the grand jury has a term. When that term expires, that doesn't mean your case expires. You just continue presenting to a new grand jury. So that new grand jury will be sworn in. You'll explain the case to them, tell them what you guys have done so far, and then you'll keep going. It's not like you have to, those same people are like sequestered for a whole year. It doesn't work that way. You only get a grand jury for a limited amount of time. Those people have to go back to their personal lives, to their children and their careers, etc. But you just keep presenting it until you get to the point where you either reach the term. Oh my gosh, hold on, guys. I'm told we have something going on a live that seems to be breaking news. Okay, so it says here that David was seen with Roger Morgenroth and Josh Marshall giving out free tickets to a show with SZA. Okay, can you send me the article to that? Did you just send it? Let me see. Okay. All right, so we got more going on. Thank you. Big shout out to the research crew. That's what interrupted the show. They need to let me know there was something huge going on. Okay, we'll add that to our list. So it seems like even more salacious stuff has just come out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to that, okay? We're going to get back to that. Wow. So it's going to be a very interesting show. It's going to be a very interesting show. Big shout out to the research crew. Oh, my. Where the sound effects at?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. One more time.
Oh, my God.
I'm over here. I'm sick. My eyes look like I was smoking some stuff, and I ain't never smoked nothing in my life, so I don't even know what that's like, but I know I look like it. Look at me. Oh, my God. One more oh, my God for my eyes. Look at those eyes.
Oh, my God.
Lord. All right, we're going to get into this, guys. Anyway, this interesting stuff today. Make sure you hit that like button, support the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, support the channel. Let's get back into this. So prominent criminal defense attorney Mark Garrigo said he believes Los Angeles County prosecutors have turned to outside forensic experts as they work to determine the cause of death for 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A move he speculates was prompted by growing friction between the district attorney's office, the LAPD, and a county medical examiner in a high-profile inquiry involving singer David Anthony Burke, known as D4vd. Now, this is my issue I have with this case. Every single organization in this criminal justice system has its purpose. I don't understand how the medical examiner's office is even reaching out to the media or even being spoke to. That is not their position. Like, I believe that position is being politicized. I don't like the direction that I see it going. I'm not from LA, so I have no say in it, but they are just the scientists. Their job is to run the tests. We should never hear from them. Point blank, period. Okay? Police are the forefront of investigations, all right? The detectives are the ones that have engrossed themselves in the investigation. And then they hand it off to the district attorney, the county attorney, and that is the person who brings it home, who argues the case. A medical examiner should not be releasing all these different, listen, in my agency, I have never seen a press release from our medical examiner's office, and we have one of the top medical examiner's offices in the whole nation. And I've never seen one. Why? Because that's not their place. No medical examiner's office should be upstaging me as the detective, nor should I be upstaging the district attorney. I have my place. The district attorney has their place. The medical examiner has their place. So I think a lot of this is being politicized. Let's keep going. All right. Somebody said put the bonnet on. I'm not putting the bonnet on for a reason, guys, even though this would be a great show for the bonnet. But if you guys know anything about pink eye, it's very contagious. And if I touch the bonnet and touch other things, I'm going to have to disinfect it. And I don't know how that bonnet is going to hold up to a washing machine just yet. So we're going to hold off on touching any props. I want to just touch things that I know that I touched that I can disinfect, and rather than touching everything and then I don't know what I touched and what I didn't touch. Anyway, let's keep going. During a discussion on a Los Angeles Magazine podcast, Garrigo said he suspected that the DA's office has brought in 2 or 3 at least outside experts to reevaluate medical and evidentiary findings related to Hernandez's death. Garrigo's reiterated that the friction between agencies became publicly visible after prosecutors obtained court orders, security holds, blocking the medical examiner's office from releasing details about Hernandez's autopsy and manner of death. Now, I think the reason why they got these extra experts looking at this evidence is because I don't believe that the medical examiner was able to find the cause of death, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't find the cause of death. Since they didn't find a cause of death, they need to get the experts in here to see if the experts could do a better job at finding out what happened to Hernandez. If they can't prove that she was murdered, they don't have a murder case, because there's more than one way to die. You could die accidentally and then people can mistreat your body. That happens all the time. So it could have been a natural cause. It could be accidental, could be drug related, could be any number of things. You can't charge somebody with murder if somebody had a heart attack. You can't charge somebody with murder if somebody did some meth with some heroin and they OD'd. You can't charge them with murder. The only thing you could charge them is they did not properly deal with the body. They did not call 911 and have the body properly serviced by authorities, or handled would probably be a better word. And those, guess what? Those are just misdemeanors. Those aren't felonies. And none of these people have criminal records, which means that all of them, including David, if convicted for just misuse of a corpse, would probably just get probation. Let's keep going. During a discussion on Los Angeles Magazine podcast, Garrett just said he suspects the DA's office has brought in 2 or 3. We already read that. Let's keep going. That tells me that they need more than the medical examiner has given them. Boom. Just said that. Garrett said the medical examiner's office has publicly said that they're not buying what the DA is selling. They should never have released this. This is stuff that could be used in court. You're basically, the medical examiner's office is making themselves a defense witness. This is crazy. I suspect they've got outside experts taking all of the ME stuff, taking all of the evidence and doing a thorough job of reevaluating the present to present to a grand jury. This is crazy. I think this is totally inappropriate. Those folks down there in Cali and Los Angeles need to rein in that medical examiner's office. They need to rein those folks in. They need a new chief medical examiner, because he worked next to Hollywood and he acting like he's Hollywood. And that doesn't help the victims. You helping the perps. Anyway, let's keep going. He added that the Los Angeles Police Department has most likely completed what he has described as an impressive and highly detailed timeline of Hernandez's final hours. One he characterized as a yeoman's effort that goes beyond information currently available to the public. The case has been widespread attention since it was first reported last month. All right, blah, 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 blah. So this is going to go to the usual spiel of telling us the history of the case. Let's go to the next exhibit here. This is crazy stuff. The investigator makes blunt statement in status of D4vd Celeste murder case. Let's see what we got here. Over 4 months ago, the dismembered and decomposed body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas was found inside the trunk of a car registered to singer David. Since then, there has been a lengthy investigation and plenty of speculation, but so far, no arrests in the case. Interesting. What is this? Oh, I hate when they have these commercials. Like, get that out of there. This thing's singing in my ear. Like, wow, what's happening here? All right. Can't even be called a case. Fisher has made clear he thinks foul play is likely what caused Rivas' death, revealing sadistic and unnerving discoveries he allegedly discovered at the Hollywood Hills residence. So basically, this is SF Investigates, what he thinks about the case so far. However, none of what he or police has found so far has led to any substantial movements in the case, which Fisher lamented in a blunt statement on X Twitter last Thursday. Today is January 15, 2026, and still no one has been charged or even officially named as a suspect for harboring a minor, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, filing a false police report, committing sex crimes against a minor, concealing a body. My thing is, does Fisher have any evidence that a X crime was committed? I want to know that. Does he have any evidence of an X crime? He might. I'm not in any way doubting the man. I'm asking because we have definitely seen things that can imply that there was an inappropriate relationship between David and Celeste, but I haven't seen concrete evidence, and I'm looking for it because we know what he did. We know what he did. In no way am I being an apologist for this man. You guys know how I do on this channel with David, but we know what he did. But remember, us talking about it on YouTube is different than convicting him in a criminal case. You know, did this guy see pictures and stuff like that? Like, did he see videos? This is what I want to know. Let's keep going. Concealing a body, homicide, or acting as an accessory to any of these crimes in connection with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. At this point, it can't even be called a case. The Burke case and chainsaw reportedly found last month. Fisher discussed the presence of items you would expect to find on a farm rather than in a home. And we talked about this stuff, the burn case, the chainsaws, etc. All right, let's get to the videos. The headline of the case, and then we also have some breaking news that just came out. So before I show you the videos, I haven't seen the video. I haven't seen what they're going to report, so we're going to react to that raw. But I will say, I want to show you guys this. This is from California. This is Celeste's classmates. And the allegations that's been on these YouTube streets for months is that this is David. We know that's David. It looks like him. Damn, that dude is tiny, bro. That this is David, and David is paying off Celeste's classmates so that they don't release information that they had that he was involved in a relationship with Celeste. This is the allegations that have been on these YouTube streets for months, and they have not been refuted so far. So this is in California. We see David interacting with minors. Not that that is necessarily a criminal thing. You know, people interact with minors all the time. I mean, you're doing something bad, but it's important. It's probative. Because what they're saying is that this was an attempt to pay these kids off. Now, let's keep going. Let's go back to the video. Allegedly, he's hanging outside of a Philadelphia school. Let's see what they got. News Nation, don't fail me. I just started a whole show over you. Let's do it.
Contributor, host of the Outlier podcast, who's been covering this story since the start. Again, it's massive. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on. What do you take away from this video? Why is it important to you?
Well, Jesse, I was watching this video and, you know, at first I didn't see anything truly wrong with it. And then I decided to call one of the schools. I called an art school in Philadelphia that he was standing in front of, and I spoke to a faculty member, and I asked them, did David or his team, did they have permission to be here? Did they coordinate with the school to put up safeguards for the kids that were communicating with him? What's going on? And the faculty member told me, no. I remember this specifically because students saw a post on social media that David would be around the school giving away SZA tickets through this scavenger hunt type of thing. And essentially what he was doing is kind of loitering next to the school. And I think you kind of said it best. I mean, my mom told me you stay away from the creepy losers who aren't in high school who hang around.
Just like RKelly, loitering around the schools, ladies and gentlemen, just like RKelly. Let's keep going.
Around the high schools. I mean,
and the reason it's important is because although he hasn't been charged, the biggest question that I get asked about this is what was his access to Celeste? Where was she? Because she disappeared before her body was found. I mean, was this video not seen by his camp? Do you know why it was out there?
Well, his camp is actually in this video.
The managers.
Oh, yeah. And what's kind of shocking to me is that Interscope is huge, and they seem to be doing this almost grassroots marketing campaign or something like that. And look, I'm still digging into this, but I've found 2 or 3 more videos with about 3 other schools that I can identify. And at one point, David is kind of saying, oh, these kids they're getting right on the bus. They're not even coming over here to talk to me. And it's just, you know, it's strange, but it's like you said, we are examining this because the body of a 14-year-old girl was found decomposing, dismembered, allegedly, in his trunk.
And there's allegations of grooming. Real quick, 20 seconds, what would be the advice you have for parents in this celebrity culture as we're talking about this?
Well, I mean, at this point, parents, they need to be involved in their children's lives, and they need to be communicating with the schools. And again, the schools need to be aware of stuff like this. There needs to be safeguards in place because this right here, a celebrity talking to impressionable kids with their phones, exchanging numbers and social media, who knows what could happen.
And reportedly a grand jury is hearing evidence. We might have more updates in the next month. Lauren Conlon, great seeing you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, this is very interesting. All right, so I want to go ahead and get this new article real quick and see what's going on here. What they just sent me.
About to give out free center tickets to a high school. Kids are super small.
So this is the actual video here. Your big shout out to the research crew. Oh my God, let's do that.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is the actual video. Let's do it.
Apparently, the past 5 schools been like these artsy schools that got like super cool electives and whatnot. That's my fans, I guess.
They better fight. Get the
I will love it. Me and that. Know what I'm saying? Make sure you on the ground.
Oh my God.
Y'all better hurry up. If they start fighting, the police gonna start macing.
I mean, what are these kids talking about? Some of these kids be going to school in a war zone, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you got to feel sorry for some of these kids. Like, you got kids throwing up gang signs. You got the girl like, you better hurry up because when they start fighting, they're going to start macing. Like, what? Mason? Wow, but here we go.
I will run into the street right now.
Go to the library.
Hi, we love you. In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry.
Not a single tear.
You see, y'all see these Latinas need to be careful because that's who he like to date and that's who he like to kill. These little kids don't even know. They got these kids brainwashed.
Save your tears, it'll be okay.
Somebody get this girl a contract. She could sing.
And I know that you're here with me.
Okay, I see you, little girl.
You point at him.
God bless you.
Go, that's you. This is not even worth it. Like, I know what you're talking about. That's you. Oh my God.
Y'all sent me outside in the rain, bro. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. How y'all doing? Y'all already know what the vibes are. So basically, it's a scavenger hunt for 2 free to the tickets tonight.
And look at that, Robert. Look at Robert there. Look at Robert, the devil. Look at you. We know you know everything, Robert. Mm-hmm. It's all about the money. Robert said it. He said, I wasn't going to call the cops. Why should I call the cops? It was more important to keep the tour going, keep that money rolling in. All Robert cared about is the money. Let's keep going. And look, he handing out these cars to the kids.
You get 2 tickets if you find them. Oh,
Yo, thank you.
do y'all like scissors music?
Yeah.
Look how this one that looked like a little bit like Celeste, how she right next to him. He keeping her close to him. We see you, David.
So
I don't want to give these to no non-fans. Imagine you got a hate Twitter page or something.
Yeah, I was like the one that like started. I
He
guess.
like the big curly hair. That's what he's into. She looked like a little Celeste, a little something, something. Nothing crazy, but she look a little bit like a Celeste. And she get to talk, and she get to be next to him. She's special, because that's how he like it. He's a nasty, nasty boy.
Oh my God!
Like the whole thing, me and
Oh,
my
word?
friend. But my friend is like not here at the moment. Yeah, they're inside.
I was about to say sorry for your loss.
Oh, boy.
They're not dead. They're not dead. They
Oh,
probably.
my gosh. You see? He making a conversation with her. Leave that person child alone. What's wrong with these peds, man? Leave that girl alone, man. Let her grow up. These peds are nasty, man. Wow.
One of me, but like, I don't take any left.
Does that make sense?
So
you're an artist?
No, she is. She made the music. She made the music.
Stop. Don't.
Nah, it's me.
I brought you the marker.
You did do
No,
that.
not the invisible ink.
Did.
So what do you say? Wait, give me that.
Like indie, alternative, R&B, like a little bit of everything.
These are photos from the other night in Tampa. Yo, did you guys get the text?
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh yeah, they're like winning.
Bye.
Thank you. So nice to
Oh,
meet you.
my gosh. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, boy. All right, we got to stop it there because once the music start playing, okay, let's go back to this one. All right, we're going to probably end up having to cut this out. I'm telling you right now, whoever's watching this on a live stream, you're going to get to see this, but most likely D4vd Gaming is going to try and copyright strike us with this footage because it's happened before. And then I'm going to have to go into the YouTube editor and remove this. So whoever is watching this later on, you may not see this footage, and it's because they're trying to silence us from seeing the truth. That's a fact, because they don't have to do that. It's not like it's an automatic thing. You have to consciously go into your YouTube creator section and do the search and see who's doing videos on your video. And then after you do the video, after you see that, you have to consciously click multiple times to say, I want to silence that person. I want to retaliate against that person. That's all it is. It's retaliation. It's retaliation. The problem is that these people are not smart. The more you try and cover stuff up, the more people cover it. Sometimes you just let it go. It's like, all right, they're saying their opinion. It's a free country. Let me let it rock. But when you try and cover it up, that's when you invigorate people to look deeper. And that's what I do for a living. The more you try and lie, the more you try and cover stuff up, the more you try and shield me from the truth, the deeper I look. So I'm just letting you guys know, if it's not gone, then hallelujah, because it hasn't been what they've been doing so far. You don't know how many of these shows I've had to edit to get out that content after I dropped the show because they've sent me copyrights. We'll see what happens, but I fully and wholly believe that I'm going to get that notification from YouTube. This person has identified this content as copyright material and remove it or else. We'll see.
It's in the streets of Toronto, married to the streets, fam. Like, It's a real wedding band, you feel me? Like we're engaged to the streets now. Call Drake, tell him I'm one of the dogs now.
That's someone's real wedding ring. You just took it.
Bro.
Well, don't leave your wedding rings in the parking lot. Tip, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pawning that as soon as you.
First of all, that's disgusting. If somebody lost their wedding ring, you should take it to the police station and have them voucher it as lost property, because the first place a person is going to look when they lose a wedding ring is they're going to call up the local police department. That's terrible character that you're literally wearing somebody's wedding brand. Apparently, maybe he turned it in later and he's just being funny for the camera, but at least from his words, he has no intention of returning it.
You fall asleep.
And then this joker Robert is joking about pawning it.
Give out free center tickets to a high school. Kids are super smart. Apparently.
Why would you put somebody else's wedding ring on your finger? That's like sacrilegious. It's almost disrespectful. The only time a wedding ring should be placed on somebody else's finger is if that wedding ring is a family heirloom and is passed down through the generations. You don't pick up somebody's wedding ring from the ground and put it on your finger. It's almost like, it's like, I don't know, I'm West Indian, supposedly he's West Indian. It's like bad juju, I'm saying JoJo, and I'm West Indian, I'm saying it wrong. It's bad juju. You know, it's like ill. It's like it's this is a spiritual thing. This is a bond. Governments don't require wedding rings. The wedding ring is a religious thing. That is something that a covenant between you, your partner, and God. So you basically doing something sacrilegious. Period. Seriously. Let's go.
The past 5 schools been like these artsy schools that got like super cool electives and whatnot. That's my fans, I guess.
I want some food. I want some free shirt. But listen, you gotta do one thing for me. Why would you do that, Joe? You're down.
Where my dog Knox at?
Hold on, what's going on? This is stuff on Mother's Day.
This is merch. I'm trying to give y'all free scissor tickets for the show tonight.
They better fight. Get the
I will love
Here's something you can say.
Somebody faded? For real?
Oh, who about to fight?
Man, this is terrible, man. You know, these kids are like going to these war zones. People about to fight. The cops is there. The cops is there. They're not even there for David. They there for all this gangster stuff that's happening with these children. Parents got to do a better job. It's not the kids. It's the parents. Every single kid that I grew up with, that I went to school with, that was a problem child, was a problem because their parents were a problem. Children are a reflection of their parents, believe it or not. Now, there's always exceptions when you're dealing with mental illness and stuff like that. You can't help that. But if a child is not mentally ill, is what we would consider normal, and that child is out there being a menace to society, it's your fault as a parent. I don't care what you think about yourself, it's your fault. And I stand by that. Let's keep going.
Y'all better hurry up. If they start fighting, the police gonna start macing. Oh, you put it on.
Flowers? You go 5 hours?
I walked 2 hours and then I waited 5 hours.
No way.
Yes. Like the main reason I do music is mainly because of you.
Word?
Yeah.
What's your main music on BandLab?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What's your, you got SoundCloud?
I got SoundCloud, I got YouTube. His voice is beautiful.
Win these tickets?
Oh, I'm gonna win these tickets or something. Yeah, I'm
There's so many talented kids. I'd love to hear this kid's music, man. You know, I grew up on music. Music saved my life, you know. But wow, these kids, they look up to this guy, David. He's their inspiration. And, you know, look what he's doing on the side. You know, there's a really good book. If you like reading books, it's a really good book you should consider reading. Many versions of it. One is called King James. And in that book, it tells you, be wary of false idols, man. And I think in this day and age, we are worshiping these false idols. And that is why we are being disappointed so often. We're being disappointed because we are upholding people who are flawed, sometimes more flawed than the rest of us. Got to be careful with that, man. Look how these children are worshiping this man. It's very sad because they're worshiping what I believe to be a predator, in my opinion. Let's keep going.
Tickets.
Me love.
Oh, okay. Hey. What you got on? What you got on, gang?
Yeah, shut that shit off. Shut that shit off.
City Aqualand. It's 1,000 right here.
Okay.
Citizen. My bad. Essential. It's a little school. A nice little UA.
Okay.
BVs.
All right.
BVs.
How much those? Hold on. How much those?
Chill. It's a little school fit.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know, this is, I don't want to go into a different conversation because we're talking about David right now. But this young man, what he's doing right now is indicative of the culture of where these folks are from. They live in poverty, yet he's pointing out how he has expensive clothes on and shoes and jewelry, and that should not be what's important, you know, because you have this expensive clothes, but you go to a home that has food insecurity in a neighborhood that is less than safe, in a school that's underfunded. Whereas where I'm at, the children wear Sauconys and they wear New Balances and they all live in pretty expensive houses and they don't worry about that stuff. What they worry about is getting an education so that they could get into the workforce and build upon the sacrifices that their parents made to give them a good life. It's such a difference in mentality. Such a difference in mentality. And that's why you have some children growing up to be the leaders of tomorrow, because they're growing up in environments where their parents are teaching them how to truly think about life. And then you have others that are trying to be something that they're not and focusing on money and status rather than their futures. It's very, very, very sad. Sad. I would be depressed if one of my kids was doing something like this. Literally be depressed. Like, I failed as a parent. None of that stuff matters. What matters is what's in here. But that's just, let's keep going on, David. I'm sorry I had to share that with you.
Like, I don't even know. UA outlet, not the regular UA spot. Big boy city, big boy city.
Okay.
Not the little one.
First clue, you gotta circle the lake. The first clue is around the lake.
Are you safe?
Now hold on just a second.
I mean,
in my car, listen, I'm on sports mode.
You'll find it. There's a QR code looking for? You're gonna find the poster. The poster. Okay, so here's my dilemma. So essentially, I had the wedding ring on my pinky, and I lost it in the green room, bro. I go on stage in 25 minutes. I can't find the wedding ring, bro.
So you found the wedding ring. Rather than you turn it in, you wore it, and then you lost it again. Amazing. Amazing. Truly amazing. All right, so we're done with that. Remember, we can't play the music, because if we play the music, we'll definitely make it even more easier for them to punish the show. Wow. All right, so that's where we at right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for you guys. Wow. Absolutely wow. That is amazing. Good job on the research crew. That's why I tell you guys, when you donate the coffee to the channel, you donate and you support the research crew. And I know that you guys have seen the quality of this show has risen drastically since we've built out our research crew and we become more organized in how we obtain information and put it together and present it to you guys. That is a collaborative work. I didn't do that by myself. It's a team that's doing this. Okay, I'm the talking head. God gifted me with these lips that I could jibber jabber for an hour, but it's a team that's making this happen. So please do consider donating some coffee, showing some love, subscribing to the coffee so you can give a regular donation so that we can show love to the people that help make this show. Not me, to the people that help make this show. And I appreciate that. Guys, big shout out to everybody who's on the membership. I'm going to do a members and a Patreon live. Probably, I don't know which one I'm going to do. Did a members live yesterday. I might just do a Patreon only live today. I'll figure it out. You guys will get a notification. Consider becoming a member of True Crime Strategic for exclusive members only shows that you will never see on the main channel. Once again, members only shows that you'll never see on the main channel. Only have access to that if you're a member of the show. Also, for more raw, unfiltered True Crime and Strategic experience, join our Patreon. Over there on the Patreon, we talk about everything. True crime, politics, race, poverty, my thoughts on all these different things. It's very nuanced. Go check it out on the Patreon. If you want to know me as a person, as a man, go over to the Patreon. If you want to get a exclusive look of me as a YouTuber, join the membership. If you want to see me in 360, then join the membership and the Patreon. And the funny thing is, we have one of the cheapest memberships and Patreons on the interwebs. So you could be a part of the membership and the Patreon for less than $10. Hit that.
Oh my God!
Because we're not trying to break your pockets. We're just trying to keep this show afloat. So we only ask for what we think we need for us to keep coming back here and showing you guys love day in and day out. We're fair people here.
Oh my God!
Does that make sense?
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I see you guys on the next one. You guys are great. We get that outro queued up. Short show today, guys. Strategic is out of here. Peace.